afternoon, guys, girls. Rob with you here, and just talk about the news going on of the day. Rory McIlroy wins the PGA Tour event over the weekend. The Braves go 2-0 um, on the Dodgers right now. Dodgers in some a bit of trouble. Red Sox won, and Astros won going into tonight's game three. You got to think Boston feels pretty good about that, especially coming home. If they can win both games at home, they could be up 3-1 going back to, uh, you know, entering. What's up, Keith? What's up, Cleveland? Um, Tim, what's up? Um, Boston's got to feel good about themselves if they win both games at home, or even if they split and they'd be 2-2 with three to go. You got to be feeling pretty good about yourself if you're Boston. Um, San Diego, the Padres, I hear, are close, very close to having themselves a new manager who was an old manager. I'm hearing Bruce Bochy is going to be their new manager. We'll see if that happens. And I'm hearing it could happen before the series ends. We'll see. We'll see. By all indications, I think they want the MLB to wait, hold off as long as they can until after the World Series, hire your new managers. But being that it's a few of them out there now, it's becoming a picking match now. We know that the Padres want someone with experience. It was first rumored Ron Washington was a hot commodity. I think Ron Washington would be a very, very, very iffy pick right there. They've already got problems in San Diego, and he carries a lot of baggage with him everywhere he goes. I think he would be a high risk pick. Ron Washington in the right situation may work out. San Diego's not that situation, I don't think. For that reason alone, Mike Schilt. Um, you can say what you want to about Mike Schilt. Um, he underperformed in St. Louis. So why would you think any different if he comes to San Diego? The logical choice would be Bruce Bochy. Now you may go down the list of people that currently don't have jobs or currently, you know, you don't want to go to Clint Hurdle route. Clint Hurdle would be that he would throttle a couple of these guys. He would take them right to um, you know, one of the back rooms and just throttle them. Just put his hands right around one of them's throat. These guys are not Clint Hurdle prospects. No way. So Clint Hurdle would not work out. Ned Yost, I hear his name being thrown around a lot. Ned Yost needs a professional team that may be a little bit more seasoned and maybe even a little more veteran. That's a young. If Clint Hurdle came to San Diego, there may be a SmackDown hotel situation. Yeah, yeah, it would not work out. It would not work out. Clint Hurdle would have to be in the right situation as well as Ned Yost. Ned Yost is too old to take on a bunch of little kids and little bullshit problems. That's what San Diego has. For that reason alone, I think Bruce Bochy can nip it in the bud real quick. And I think he's a logical pick. Bruce Bochy going there. Um, Other openings was the Reds. Um, you know, I guess you see the people out there that are available. Maybe a Buck Showalter would be the Reds. Um, Good choice. Cardinals. I'm even hearing La Russa's name being called, and I'm like, no, no. Um, No, they don't need someone like a Billy Martin or Earl Weaver. You do not. They need somebody that's going to lay the law down, but they don't need somebody. Somebody to pick a bat up and use it upside their head. That'd be Billy Martin or Earl Weaver. they don't need that because they probably would end up getting losing their job. Um, Bruce Bochy has a fiery attitude, but he knows how to lay the law down without having to do all that. But yeah, going back to St. Louis, I have heard LaRussa's name getting called again. Now, last I heard, LaRussa, number one, is in Chicago. Number two, I'm hearing talk that he wants to retire again. He may walk away from the game. Now, does he actually retire or leave Chicago to go to St. Louis? I don't think that's the right job. I'm sorry. Um, St. Louis could probably use a Ned Yost. They probably could do it. That's somebody that could probably use somebody like that. Um, I don't think a Showalter's got to. He's got to go in the right position, right place. Lou Piniella interested in coming back. I have not heard Lou Piniella's name. Lou Piniella in San Diego would be all right if you gave him enough room. Lou Piniella is a player's manager, but that's not, I really think they've already got their man. I really do. I think Bruce Bochy is going to come back there. St. Louis, who knows? Who knows which way St. Louis will go? You know, I've heard Alan Trammell's name get called. Um, a few different ways um, they could do it. Obviously, if you really, really, really wanted to go down the rabbit hole, you could go get Ryan Sandberg. But I don't think they go that route. I really don't. Um, maybe they go in the direction of uh, um, the ex guy in Baltimore. Um, but I just don't. Girardi traded to the Padres for a hot dog. Man, we don't even need the hot dog. Just let him go. Um, but yeah, I think um, that if they want the guy from Baltimore, you let him go. You let him go. Um, um, and when I say you let him go, the Yankees are rumored to want him as well. Buck Showalter. He's not that hot a commodity, folks. He really isn't that hot a commodity. And no, I really think the Yankees are going to go with somebody, and and that's even saying that they let Boone go. I still say Boone's gone. I think they're holding out. I think they want Boone to be gone. Um, I've even heard Raul Ibanez's name being called. Ibanez, last time I heard, was not even officially retired. He's not on the retired list yet. He is a free agent. Has been a free agent for 3 years now. So he is not officially retired. I think the current game is past Showalter by. Yeah, I don't think he would make a good manager as well. He's not what most teams need. I agree. Um, if the Yankees do go the route of getting rid of Boone, I've said all along, Mattingly is a guy. Mattingly is the guy to bring in there. Makes total sense. He has performed with less over his whole career. He's never had a payroll. Give the guy a payroll. Give the guy some stars. Give the guy some um, not just pitching prospects, but give him some guys that can pitch and are making some money. And then give him a little bit of a payroll and be like, okay, he needs to work along with the GM, I think. and be like, okay, let's go out here and get some guys in here. I think he can do it. Now that's just me. Um, I think Mattingly is the perfect fit for the Yankees. Now, having said that, if he had the opportunity at Chicago, at St. Louis, I think it would be a great job for him as well. Why not? You got more money coming in there, and you've got better pitching, better pitching, and they're going to have to get some more bats. That's the one thing that St. Louis is going to have to do. Um, Kirk Gibson didn't have much success as a man. No, he didn't. No, there are guys that were stars. Ryan Sandberg. Sandberg's a Hall of Famer, and he just not. What's up, Ken? There's a lot. There's a lot of guys out there that were great players, and you put the manager's cap on them, and they're just totally different. Uh, yeah, it's. I don't know if he's got Parkinson's or not. Ted Williams, lousy manager. Yeah, yeah. There, Billy Ripken, Sandberg's too quiet. I mean not Bill Ripken, or Cal Ripken Senior. Was it? What was it, Ripken? He was lousy. Was Cal Senior maybe? Whatever the hell his name was, Ripken, whatever. He was no good. Yeah, he was no good. He was a terrible manager. Um, he definitely didn't need to be around his boys. That just ruined him. That that tore him up. But I'm not sure how good he would have been anyway. Um, look at Alex Cora. You say what you want to be about Alex Cora. Say whatever you want to. You look up there in Boston right now. They were supposed to be a team this year that went 81 and 81. They're 1-1 in the AL Championship Series now. Going home playing tonight, and they can actually get a 2-1 lead at home. Um, they've played way over their head. They have played way over their head, and even even the GM even said this year is the year we're going to cut back salary, and it hasn't affected them that much. They've won on the stage when they had to win. Ah, 3, 4 more people's got in touch with me. You didn't try this pizza. I will try the pizza. I will get the one touch. I mean, the one bite. Everybody knows the rules. I've got one more of them. I will cook the damn thing, and I will bring it on here and eat it. Okay, I will bring it on here, eat it. Now my catch is going to be this. I'm going to have Darlene beside of me here, and I'm going to cook 2 pizzas that look almost alike, and on the bottom, I'm going to have a little thing that says one bite pizza, and the other one's going to have whatever the other name pizza is. And we can judge both of them. I am going to put the tape on, underneath the plate, and I'll bring both hers in here, and I'll bring mine in here, so I may not even know which is which. We're going to let her know. I mean, I will let her move mine around or whatever. But I'll come back. I will taste it online. Everybody said, well, Rob just brought a box in there. Rob did just bring a box in there. Yes, I tried it maybe 30 minutes. You're going to have a spit bucket for when you taste it. Nah, I'll taste the damn thing again. But anybody that's tried it, okay, anybody out there that has actually tried this damn thing, okay, there's Don Heston right here. Here comes Don Heston, okay? Now, Don, let me ask you this, Don. If somebody give you 4 different slices of pizza in front of you right now, cheap ass frozen pizza, just cheap frozen pizza. Some of the little dollar ones you can get just chopped pieces, right? Could you tell the difference in one and the other and the other and the other? How about that? Easy question. I'm just asking Don. Don's tried the pizza. Don gave it a 40. Don gave it a damn 40. Okay, folks. People jumping my ass. I gave it a whatever. What did I get? Um, what the hell did I give it? 57. He gave it a 40. Okay. Yeah. I gave it a 57. Yeah. Don said I was being nice. And I've had people, man, I've had people say, well, Rob, you didn't taste it right, in front of people. I've had 3 or 4 people send that to me in the last few days. Or you didn't taste it on screen, so that doesn't count. It will count. Like I say, I bought 2 when I bought them, which I don't know why I did. But it was $6.50 each. Yeah, a buddy of mine and I tried one of every frozen pizza at our Walmart. Okay. And let me ask you this one, Don. How many of them lost to One Bite Pizza? How many did One Bite beat? A buddy of his and him tried every frozen pizza at Walmart. And how many of them did One Bite beat? It's not me, folks. This is somebody else. This is somebody on the channel telling me this. Okay. And he rated it lower than I did. Maybe 2. All right. All right. Let me ask you this one, Don. Have you tried Palermo pizza? Palermo. I tried that on the channel, off the channel, but I tried it before I came on one day. Has anybody tried the Palermo pizza? Palermo pizza. Yeah, I don't know if I have a picture of that or not. Not a fan of it. Okay. Now let me ask you that. Do you like it better than One Bite? I actually like it better than One Bite. I like Palermo better than, I have had Palermo's. Keith, yep. Keith said it. He didn't like that great either. I like it better than One Bite. I like it better than One Bite myself. That's just me. But that's just me. I like Palermo better. Of course, Wild Mike's, that's at Walmart. That's a nice. I like Palermo's. To me, it is a lot like DiGiorno. Yeah, I like Palermo. I like it. I like it. I don't know. I like his sauce better. But you guys know I like Wild Mike's pretty good. It's better than the One Bite, but not by much. Um, Wild Mike's has a wild flavor to it. Now, Dar is not crazy about it. I like Wild Mike's sauce. I like Wild Mike's flavor. I still enjoy Wild Mike's. That's what Ken says. Okay, I do too. It's got that. It's got that sauce to it. It's got a little kick to it. Um, it's a big ass pizza. That's when you need some people at your house watching boxing, watching wrestling, watching whatever, watching a baseball game. Um, and the baseball, like I say, game 3 of a for a cheap pizza, Jack's is okay. Yeah, Jack's is okay. Jack's got some good sauce. Yeah, you're right. I actually like Jack's better than I do Tombstone. That's me. The little Jack's pizza, yeah, I like them a little bit better than Tombstone. And then a lot of people like the little I don't know what the hell you want to call it, rabbit turds, whatever you want to call it, um, pepperonis. Some people like the big pepperonis like this better. Some of those little ones, man, those little pepperoni ones, little pepperonis, they got some strong flavor to them. So it's all in what you like. Now some offer both the little pieces, little nuggets or whatever, and the circular size type, circular type pepperoni. But yeah, Jackson's not too bad. I like it. Like I say, I like it a little bit better than Tombstone. Now let's. I tried the 5 cheese, had little to no sauce, tasted like feet. The crust was the best part. Way overpriced, $6.48 for the one bite turd. Now let me ask you guys this, okay? My parents are totally opposite from me and my wife. Okay? Let's say we start. I've never tried Manhattan clam chowder. Is it any good? I don't like clam. I'm not a clam chowder person, so I don't know. Um, let's say you started with just a good. Um, let's say you started with a nice fresh crust. Let's let's say you go percentage wise, and you're going to go percentage sauce, percentage cheese. Let's just say it's a cheese pizza. And now let's just say you go 50-50, 50% sauce, 50% cheese. Or you can go less. Let's say 40% sauce, 60% cheese. What kind of percentage are you guys? Are you more of I really, really, really like the cheese part of it, or I really, really, really like the sauce part of it? You see, if you gave me a choice, right? If I'm making my own pizza right here, it's just a cheese pizza, and we're going to go percentages. I want mine to be at least 65 to 70% sauce, and then maybe 30 to 35% cheese. That's me. Okay, that's me. I don't like a dry pizza. Okay, I like to have some sauce on my pizza. I don't give a damn if I have to cut it up and use a fork and eat it. I'm okay. Um, that's me. So my mom is more. She would rather have 30% sauce and like 70% cheese. She likes a really cheesy type pizza. When you're biting into it, that's her. That's just what she likes. I don't down anybody for it. It's just what you like. I like a lot of sauce on mine. Where you guys stand on that too? I think that makes a difference. Um, I don't know. I've heard of people trying to put what's that damn cottage cheese, Limburger. I'm not a cottage cheese person. I don't like cottage cheese. Okay, I've crust, cheese, then sauce is in that order. Okay, I got you. So um, Ken likes more cheese than sauce. Okay, and Don likes 60% cheese. Okay. Uh, well, you can put a little bit of sharp cheddar on it, but if you go to do it, you still need some other types right there to kind of cover the taste. Pepper jack, I would say is a no. Feta cheese, I guess if it's light feta cheese, I don't want a lot of it. See, that's the thing. I think more people in here, blue cheese is not good at all. I think more people in here like more cheese than I do. So when I'm rating a pizza, um, let's see. We've already got Don and we got Ken. How about Tim and Keith? What percentage would you go? You go crust, then how much sauce, then how much cheese? You know, was it Ken said in that order, and then Don Huston says 40% sauce, 60% cheese. Goat cheese sucks too. Yeah, I'm not a goat cheese person. No, no. So what would you say, Tim, would be your deal? I like enough sauce that I can taste it. Yeah, me too. Yeah. I don't like a dry pizza, man. I do not like it. If it's got sauce running off the edges, I'm fine with that. I just don't want cheese so thick that when I pull it off a slice, it's still stretching and stretching. No, man, that chokes me. Say 55 cheese, 45 sauce. That's Tim. Okay. See, you guys like more salt, like more cheese than I do. I usually put extra shredded mozzarella on the frozen pizzas. Oh, okay. See, I a lot of times, man, I'll have extra sauce and dip my pizza in extra sauce. Pesto. Dar likes pesto sauce. Yes, she does. She got a pesto pie the other week. I can show you one. We went we went over to Lynchburg, and she got one with had pesto in it. Oh yeah. Um P-Jet. P-Jet. House for sale right there. I do realize it is a what do you call it, home, a mobile home. But yeah, it's got 3 acres coming with it too. It's kind of out in the country. It's like 60,000. So yeah, I know P-Jet's looking for a place. Um, let me find the pizza. Here it is. Here's the one she got the other day with pesto on it. What is the best sauce you can buy in a jar or can? Um, man, there's so many good ones now. There really are. Here's one right here. Didn't even have any sauce on it. Look at that. What was a pesto? Yeah, that's what she had. Raoul sauce. Um, there's one that comes. There's one that comes in a can at Walmart. I can't think of the Italian name. Um, but I like to sometimes on one pizza I'll put the whole can on it. Yeah, I mean I like sauce on that. I always if I'm ordering one I say double sauce, half cheese. That's what I tell them, and they're generally pretty good about that. That's the way I like it. That's the way I like rolling with it. Yeah. So Braves win last night in the ninth inning. They're down 4-2. They come back and get 3 in the ninth. And Jock Peterson strikes back against the Dodgers, and he ends up hitting the game tire. And then after that, they get the winning run, and they win 5-4. I thought the Dodgers pretty much had it in tow. I turned it off of it going into the ninth, and they blew it. They blew it. So now they're down 2-0. They're coming home. That's the only good thing there is about it. Which team right now do you think is in the most trouble? Do you think it's the Dodgers? Do you think it's the Red Sox? Or do you think it's the Astros? Now, the Astros are leaving Houston tied 1-1. So they're going to Boston now for 2 games. Boston's 1-1. I don't think Boston's in the worst shape. I think right now you got to look at it and think the Dodgers is in a must-win game 3. But Houston, if they don't watch out, they could be coming home down 3-1. Um, The Dodgers are not, I mean, the Braves are not going to come home 3-1. They could come back home 2-2, and highly likely they will. But Scherzer pitched last night. I can't believe that he only went three and a third, two and a third maybe. I I don't. I just don't understand what they're doing. I don't understand. I don't understand the mindset right now of Dave Roberts. You've got all those aces out there that are starters. You put them in there, and you let them go. I mean, let your bulldog be your bulldog. I don't understand what he's doing. Did he go four and a third? Okay, Scherzer went four and a third. Um, when he starts a game, you should be looking for 7 and 8. Sox bullpen is awful, but they're not as bad as a lot of teams' bullpens right now. That's the thing. I think your bullpen in Houston right now probably. I didn't get how Iowa drops below Penn State. No, I don't either, Keith. That's totally stupid. Totally stupid. Iowa was number 2 in the country, folks. Iowa was number 2 in the country, and they lose a game, and they fall below a Penn State and an Ohio State team too. Okay? They fall below both of them. And both of them have one loss. How in the hell does that happen? I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it. And now, Alabama's up to third. They have jumped over an unbeaten Oklahoma. The polls, if you think they're straight along with you, you're crazy as hell. Because I told you already, if they can get Ohio State, if they can get Notre Dame, and if they can get Alabama, they're going to do it. Don't think for a second Notre Dame's out of this yet. They got 6 more games, folks. They got 6 more. If they go 6-0, they're going to be right there. They're going to be at the precipice because, number one, we know Georgia and Alabama are going to be playing each other in the SEC championship if nothing else turns over wrong. Oklahoma is not went undefeated yet. They still go to Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State's undefeated. Look where they're at in the polls. This is the craziest shit I've ever seen. Oklahoma State should be a top 18, top 16. Okay? Alabama, you got one loss. You should be behind these teams. You are the best one-loss team. I don't deny that. I don't deny that for a second. But there's no way in hell Alabama should be number 3 right now. They've jumped out. They're ahead of Oklahoma. Okay? Cincinnati is ahead of Alabama. Cincinnati. And look, I'm not down here trying to knock on little Cincinnati, but if Cincinnati played Alabama tomorrow, you can find any place on this earth for Alabama and Cincinnati to play. Don't tell me for a second Cincinnati is going to be a favorite team. You're not. Even if they went to Cincinnati and played, Cincinnati's not favored to beat this team. They're not. Okay? So why in the hell do you have Cincinnati ranked ahead of Alabama, but you got an Oklahoma team that's beaten everybody that's been put in front of them so far? A much tougher schedule than Cincinnati had. Okay? Oklahoma deserves to be number 2 right now. I don't have a problem with Cincinnati being 2 or 3. I don't have a problem with that. But there's no way in hell, if we're going to rank them like the way we think they're going to, Alabama would stay in the top 4. Even if they get beat, we know Alabama's probably can compete with any of these teams. We know they can. Now, Oklahoma State getting no love. Michigan getting no love. Michigan State getting no love. But yet and still, you got Penn State, you got Ohio State, and you got Iowa all ranked ahead of them. Bullshit. Those teams should be outside the top 10. Ohio State, you got your road ahead of you. You got all 4 games you got to beat. You got to beat Michigan. You got to beat Michigan State. You got to beat Iowa. Penn State. And then in the Big Ten championship, you got to beat Iowa. You got to win all 4 of those games. If you do, you may be in a top four team. But you're not right now, and you don't deserve to be in the top 10 right now. Easy as that. Pac-12, packing in. There's always next year. None of you deserve to be there. Independence, BYU, you let us down. Notre Dame's an independent, but they're going to have to win out. And they're going to have some help. They're playing USC. They need USC to keep winning. They need some of these teams that they're playing to win, and they're not getting it. Wake Forest. I'm hearing somebody say Wake Forest. They're undefeated. Of course they are, Keith. And Notre Dame will get that same treatment if they get back in that top 10. They will find a way to get them in the top 4. They will do it. They put asses every 18 inches in a stadium. They put the asses in the seats. Better than most colleges. I'll admit that. They travel great. Wake Forest is down right now 200 miles away from where I'm sitting. And they're down there and they're thinking to themselves, what have we got to do? They're sitting down in Winston-Salem right now. What have we got to do? Number one, they got to keep winning. Okay? They got to keep winning. Cincinnati's got to lose. It's got to happen. Notre Dame's got to lose a game in there. Okay? Oklahoma's got to lose. And then Oklahoma's got to beat Oklahoma, and Oklahoma State's both got to lose. And then the Big Ten, somebody out of that Big Ten is going to be undefeated. Whether it's Michigan State or Michigan. One of them, I think, comes out of there undefeated. I really do. And if they do, they deserve to be put in one of those 4 slots. They deserve it. But if Wake Forest, lowly Wake Forest, a team we've not talked about, they've not been talked about at all. They're in a Power 5 conference. They will play Clemson. And as shitty as Clemson's played, they were a top 3 team starting the season. If this team beats Clemson, let's say by 10 points, and it is so inconsistent, like you said, nobody predicts Cincinnati to beat Alabama. No. Nobody predicts Coastal Carolina to beat many top 20. Exactly. But if we're going to play favoritism here, okay? If all we're going to do is we're just going to stack 1 to 20, and 1's got to be better than 2, and 2's got to be better than 3, and 3's got to be better than 4. Why the hell Cincinnati number 2? Why the hell Cincinnati number 2? That's the bullshit of it all. You've got Cincinnati number 2, you got Alabama number 3, and you got Oklahoma number 4. Could you be any more cockeyed? Okay? Because I promise you this, Cincinnati might give Oklahoma a game, but if you go to Vegas with that, Oklahoma's not getting any points. I'll promise you that. And chances are Cincinnati will be getting the points. And they're number 2. Make sense of it. Make sense of it. Probably, if I were coming out with the poll today, this is the way I would have the poll sitting, okay? And I know people wouldn't like it, but I don't care. This is the way I would have the poll today sitting October 18th, 2021. Number 1 team in the country by far is Georgia right now, okay? Georgia, you're number 1. Number 2 in the country right now. Of all the unbeatens I have watched, this team has played a pretty good schedule, and they've beaten everybody. I would have Oklahoma number 2. Number 3, who would be my number 3 team? Well, you've had Cincinnati beat Notre Dame. Has Michigan State beat as good a team as that? Probably not. Has Michigan beat as good a team as Notre Dame? Probably not. Has Wake Forest beaten anybody as good as that? Probably not. Has Coastal Carolina beaten anybody that good? No. So number 3, I would put Cincinnati. Number 4, then this is when you're going to start nickeling and diming me, okay? Be like, Rob, but what if, okay? Let's just go with what we know so far. We know Coastal Carolina's not played that much. We know Wake Forest has not played that great a schedule. That leaves Michigan and Michigan State. I would flip a coin, put one of them number 4 and one of them number 5. Okay? Then I would put Wake Forest number 6 and I would put Coastal Carolina number 7. And then I would put that I think that does it for our undefeated teams. No, I'm sorry. I am sorry. Oklahoma State belongs up there. Oklahoma State, they just beat Texas. So let's do it this way. Let's do it Georgia, Oklahoma. I'll still give Oklahoma the right of way. We'll put Cincinnati 3rd. I'll put Oklahoma State 4th. Michigan, Michigan State, Wake Forest, Coastal Carolina. 8 undefeated teams up there. And we'll put Alabama 9th. I know people would hate it. All those top 8 teams have beaten everybody been put in front of them. What's the hate? Okay? And look, Michigan and Michigan State, do not worry. You're not in the top 4 right now. You will be. One of you will be if you keep winning your games. Oklahoma State's playing each other. Georgia's still got to play a championship game. And they have not finished their season. They could get beat. Cincinnati has 6 more games. They're ripe for the picking. Nobody in that top 4 right now is in the playoffs. Nobody is. All you are is sitting in a position right now. Here comes Darla, and she came in with her picks this week. Her master picks of the week. Nah, she didn't do very good so far. She's rooting on a Buffalo team tonight. She's 3-10 right now. But she did, in all fairness, she picked the Giants and Washington. And those 2 teams did not perform at all. Giants played well for a half, and so did Washington played good for 3 quarters almost. But Cincinnati could stay in the top 4 or not. I don't really have a problem if they are, if they're not. If the NFL had this system where the top 4 ranked teams get into playoffs, what are your top 4 right now? Well, Buffalo's got to be number 1 right now until they do get beat. It's hard. I'm hard pressed not to take Tampa right now. I think Tampa's probably the number 1 team. Uh, Everybody likes the Cardinals. You gotta like the Cardinals are undefeated. They've played everybody in front of them so far. And probably Dallas. Yeah, Arizona, Dallas, Tampa. Arizona, Dallas, Tampa, and Buffalo. That's probably the four I would take. Um, Steelers have played some decent games. They won last night by 3. Yeah, Arizona, Buffalo, Tampa, and Dallas. I guess you'd have to have Arizona, Green Bay 5. Probably so. Yeah, yeah. You know what? No, Baltimore number 5. I'd put Baltimore 5, Green Bay 6. I think Baltimore beats Green Bay because Baltimore can stop the run and they've got such good pressure on the quarterback. I like Baltimore 5, Green Bay 6. That's just my picks. I think Baltimore. I think Baltimore's a better team than most people are saying. Baltimore's better than Cleveland. Baltimore's better than Pittsburgh, and Baltimore's definitely better than Cincinnati. They're the best team in that AFC North. They're the best team there. Um, I think Green Bay's 6th probably. Um, the Rams, um, they're right there too. They're probably number 7. Um, 49ers underperforming, Seahawks underperforming, Raiders in the top 10. They're playing good ball. Um, the Bears underperforming, Lions playing like shit. Right now, Alabama is close to being better than the Browns. The Browns playing like shit. The Browns are playing like shit. Um, yeah, but you guys know how I feel about Mayfield, okay? I have no confidence in Baker Mayfield. That's just me, you know. And Lord have mercy. If you watched that Patriots game last night, you don't know how bad it hurt me to watch that kid take a ass whipping. Um, I mean, he did. He took a ass whipping for the Patriots. He really did. Um, Mac Jones. I mean, he was just getting beat up. It was Dallas, right? Dallas last night. The Patriots. Was it Cowboys? Yeah. And I mean, he just got throttled 3 or 4 times, and he stood in there and stood in there and stood in there, and he threw a pick, I think, and went off somebody's hands. He made some bad throws. I'll admit that. But my goodness, he was under pressure so much. And he almost still won that game for him. Yeah. He's my rookie of the year by far. Uh, now, and you guys know how much I've stood behind him, right? You know, had he went earlier, 49ers, can you imagine where the 49ers could be right now? He is so far ahead of Trey Lance, it's pathetic. He's outplaying Lawrence. Did you guys watch Lawrence play yesterday? Lawrence plays tough, but Lawrence throws the ball in a lot of bad places. He does not make his reads as well as Jones does. Got a great arm, got a great frame to throw it from. He is not as good as Mac Jones right now. And then the Jets, they had the week off, I think. They needed it. They got the mass unit going on as well. Um, so it's no doubt. It's going to be some teams with these buys coming up. They need them because you're going 17 games this year. You got that extra game. Um, they're going to need it. They're going to damn well need it because Um, it's gonna be very, very tough on them. Tomorrow night we're gonna try to get Harris Jessup live on here from a ship out in the Atlantic. We don't know if it'll happen or not. Um, I actually emailed him earlier to see if he wanted to try to come on with me today, and I have not got. He's not gotten back to me. So, but he texted me earlier. Um, so, be interesting to see how things go with him the rest of his trip. Wishing him well. Hope he's having a lot of fun. It's chilly up here in Virginia right now. 68. That's warm. Obviously it's the warmest it's been all day. But we woke up to 40s, mid 40s this morning. The mountains, they woke up to frost below, low 30s, high 20s. Wasn't that cold here? We had a little bit of a breeze overnight. That kept the frost from happening. The breeze always keeps frost off the ground. When you're having Coach Orgeron on, I will not have Coach Orgeron on. I think if anything was ever going to tear my channel up, okay, not that I'm the greatest thing to listen to, but I think if I had Ed Orgeron on here, it would only make things worse. We already know Orgeron's leaving LSU. He's already announced that. It's just a matter of now, where is he going? It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see. I think he could go back to college and coach. And, and then obviously, did anybody see a smug bastard, smug SOB piece of shit for Jacksonville over in England yesterday? Did anybody see him? Okay. How can you be any more smug and smart ass than Urban Meyer? How can you? Yeah. They put a microphone in front of his face at the end of the game, and he kind of waved it off and just kept walking. He didn't even run. Urban Meyer, yeah, he is a piece of trash in my book. I would not. If all I can say is this, it's just a matter of time before cons have had enough of his ass. And then where will he go? He'll still call his shot. If he wants USC, he'll get USC. Guaranteed. If he wants USC, he will get USC. And if he wants LSU, he'll have LSU. And if Notre Dame gets rid of their coach, he may end up getting Notre Dame's job. Don't think he can't. And this will be the real kicker in the ass. What if Ohio State loses one or two more games and Ryan Day loses his job? Would they have the nerve to bring Urban Meyer back to Ohio State after all the garbage he's went through? And that would be something. Florida. He was at Florida at one time. Florida's playing like shit right now. Would he dare go back to Florida? I mean, I think that he's made enough mud puddles everywhere he's ever been, Florida, Ohio State, Jacksonville, that I don't think he can go back to those places. I really don't. I think that he's stomped enough mud holes around there to where he would have to kind of watch out for his own tracks. But USC, I could clearly see him going there. Clearly see him going there. I've heard that the Buccaneers had already removed Gruden's name from the Ring of Honor. Yes. I heard it was done that day. Yes. And they even had a trophy or some type of likeness of him somewhere in the stadium. They removed that too. So I don't know the whole situation. And we're talking, like I said, we're talking here in August, October of 2021. John Gruden is my age. He's 54, 55 years old. Do we think he's over with? When I say do we think he's over with, hell, we've counted this crazy bastard down here in Ole Miss out 5 times. He's been counted out more times than Terry Funk was after getting hit by bricks upside the head. And you know who we're talking about. He's been everywhere. I mean, anywhere somebody would hire him, he's been there. And now he's at Ole Miss. Is Gruden going to end up getting buried under him? I don't know. And that's why I still wonder if Gruden's name pops back up. Hugh Freeze. Does anybody remember Hugh Freeze? Remember his name? Hugh Freeze in the SEC. Went out and got 4 hookers and hooked up with them. Didn't make any bones about it. Told the world he did it. He's working. Not only is Hugh Freeze working, he's at a Baptist college now. He's working for Liberty University. He is their head coach. Hugh Freeze hired hookers and brought them to his place. And is he married? Yes, indeed he is. Is Gruden's crime worse than that? Is Gruden to the point where nobody will ever hire him again? I'm not saying he's going to get hired in 6 months. I'm not saying he's going to get hired in a year, 18 months. But what I'm saying is this: never is a long damn time. Will somebody eventually say, John Gruden, we want you to coach our team? Because you've got plenty of teams out there winning. But for every team winning, there's a team losing. And you've got all these teams at the top of the mountain, and you've got plenty of them in the valley. He's probably less likely to be heard from again than Tom Brenneman. You know, I don't think so. I really believe John Gruden will coach again. I really do. I really believe it. Time does not always heal all wounds, but wins will take care of the problem. Right? I've heard that one before. Time may not heal all wounds, but if you win it, it will. That heals a lot of problems. A team like South Carolina, a team like Tennessee. Tennessee's been a ripe spot for a lot of people. Kentucky. Ask Bobby Patino, right? Ask Louisville, right? Louisville and Tennessee. Lane Kiffin, Tennessee. Do we remember how long he lasted at Tennessee? May not have been a year, right? Lane Kiffin. And he's back in the SEC right now, coaching, and is a candidate for the USC job, I understand. If you're a USC coach, right, you may not have the best roster. You may not have the best facility, but you are a top 15 coach in the country. Just having the name USC there, and you can go out there and pick a lot of players that other teams can't. Now, I understand USC is not what they're just like Florida State. They're not what they were 20 years ago. But USC can be put back in that level. It's a beach right there. It's Southern California. It is not Ohio. It is not Michigan. It is not Wisconsin. It's not, it is not Idaho. We're talking about Southern California. It's not a bad place to be if that's what you like doing is coaching and you like a city and you love the great weather. You're not going to get much better than a Southern California job. You're really not. And we're talking college. Nobody wants to, Philadelphia's a great NFL city. You do not want to go to Philadelphia if you're a college coach. What's there? Nothing. Pittsburgh Steelers, a great place to head coach if you're an NFL coach. You do not want to go to Pittsburgh to be a college coach. The college hotspots are Alabama, LSU, Auburn, Georgia, Florida. And that now I'm sure Oklahoma and Texas are going to be hotter spots than ever. Big Ten, the hottest spot is Ohio State. But Michigan is coming along as Michigan State. And Iowa's not a bad place to be. Kirk Ferentz has been there forever. If that job ever opens up, you better believe it's going to draw some interest. But it's still, I don't care what anybody says, Iowa, Michigan State, Michigan, Auburn, none of them are USC. None of them are USC. LSU, Florida's right there with USC now. Florida's where everybody, you're not that far from Disney World. Got a golf course around you all the time. All that. But USC is a hell of a job if you want it. I think it's better than any ACC job, and I'm including Clemson. Carolina, Duke, no. Virginia Tech, Virginia, no. Boston College, no. Georgia Tech, no. Miami, and no. Florida State, if Florida State can get their stuff in order, they're probably the primo place to have a coach. Why wouldn't you be? But Clemson, they're becoming a power, yes. But they're not a potential power every year. They've just become that way the last 5 or 6 years. Florida State still has a potential that if they start getting the players from Florida, from the Eastern Seaboard, and from Texas and Louisiana and all down in there, they are potentially a top 10 team. They're just not getting those players. And for whatever reason, they're not fighting for them. They're not trying to get them. I don't know why. 3:35 here on the East Coast. You all have a great, great, great rest of your evening. My name's Rob, and thanks so much for joining me. Have a good one, and we will see who the next Padres coach is, manager. I'm predicting Bruce Bochy. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.